What's up, party people? Timon from Timons Podcast Network here. Just want to say hello. How's it going? For those who are viewing this episode, yes, I'm wearing the same stuff I wore last episode. Sue me. Lincoln's on vacation. I'm just trying to figure myself out, okay? And it's tough. It's tough out here for a fella. And for those not listening, for those not watching the YouTube video and those listening, hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for listening. I haven't posted in like 17 or 18 days, and you guys continue to listen daily. The numbers are through the roof. There's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of you waiting to become our sponsor, waiting to be a part of Timons Podcast, waiting to be interviewed, loving all the content that I've produced over the couple of years. I mean, and I say it's everyone who's been on the podcast, specifically Lincoln. Shout out to him too, who's on vacation. He got the vacation. He's on vacation. I hope you guys are having a great time. I got a great episode here for you. For those who don't know, if you're a new listener or just the first time watching, my name is Timon. I do a couple different podcasts, the Timon and Lincoln Show with my homie Lincoln. He's on vacation. I got the Dadcast, which is my dad and I, where we talk about crazy things. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And then the Timons Podcast, which is me, long form podcast. And I'm trying to replicate the man who may not be known, Joe Rogan, and his long form episodes. So anyways, you know how that is. Long form episodes with dope people, dope conversations. And that's what this is today. I have a great person that I interviewed. And I'll just say this before we start. I want to say you may not agree with everything I said in this podcast. You may not like what I said in this podcast. And you may not agree with everything my guests said in this podcast. And you may not like what they said in this podcast. And there's some rules. If you want to protest this podcast, we have rules and you can totally do that, but you have to hit these specific standards. One, if you're going to protest, make sure you have one person from every single race at the protest. It has to be multicultural. It has to be. You cannot protest if it's not multicultural. Two, you must also have a podcast with the amount of listens that we have as well, or at least I have as well, and that's 3 listens per episode. So if you have that as well, then you are guaranteed allowed to protest and to also complain about this podcast. 3, you have to just have fun when you're protesting, okay? Just have fun, all right? It can be violent. It can be peaceful. You just got to have fun. So anyways, we do talk about some fun, sensitive topics. And if it takes you off, I'm sorry. And feel free to DM me and we'll have a nice conversation, I guess, or something like that. You can find us on all podcast platforms. We're on YouTube. I'm also on social media, Timons Podcast on both Twitter and the Timon and Lincoln Show on Instagram. Without further ado, enough of me. Did I talk about the sponsor? Golf Lessons with John. He sponsors. He pays for this. You could also be sponsored too, and he's writing a book called Adoption or Breakdown. So that's going to be out next year, and it's all about adoption. Really excited for that. Shout out to John. He's a homie. A homie for life, honestly. And let me tell you about this homie for life who I interviewed, Rachel. She is a homie for life. She's family. Absolutely love her. She was Allison's old roommate. That's how I first got to meet her. And she's been part of my life for now almost 3 years. And just really appreciate her friendship and the things that she's been through. And we had a good talk. And I wanted to interview her, and you'll get into this for sure. But the reason why I interviewed her is because she comes from my neck of the woods, has an interesting outlook on life, and I really do appreciate just the things that she's been through, and then also the stories she had to tell. They're so good. So sorry, Dad, in advance, and please enjoy my guest, Rachel. Okay, we're live. Welcome to Timons Podcast Network, a Timons Podcast special.
Hell yeah! Sorry, Dad. I started it off bad.
I knew the rules right beforehand.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's good. So, I guess let's just start with who you are. What's your name? Or you don't even have to say your government name. You can say whatever name you...
Oh, no, I'll go by my government name. Government name's Rachel Scheid, but I just got married, so it's Rachel Hensley. I just haven't legally changed it yet.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a whole ordeal.
It is.
Doing the same thing.
It's a pain.
Yeah, there's like 20 different documents you have to send in and all that stuff.
Yeah, then you have to wait like 6 weeks, and then they may or may not approve it. It's stupid. I'm like, look, I just got married. Like, let me just change my last name, bro.
Yeah, can I just like go onto my Facebook profile and edit?
I know, right? Like, why can't it be this easy? I already did that. My Facebook is Rachel Hensley, but like, why can't my legal name be?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. For all those at home, I went to the wedding. It was dope.
It was a good wedding.
What, like last month, maybe?
Yeah, December 4th. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Best maid of honor speech I've ever heard in my life. Best maid of honor.
Which one? My maid of honor or Missy's maid of honor?
Missy's maid of honor.
Yeah, it was solid. It was really good. Yeah.
I feel like your maid of honor was like the groom.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
She gave like the short and sweet, I'm super drunk speech.
Yeah.
Like, love you, bestie.
Right.
And then like...
But she was definitely more feminine than Missy's maid of honor, but Missy was kind of the bride.
Right.
It
was all, it's a lesbian wedding. Nothing's traditional.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, because I'd gone to a couple different weddings prior to yours.
Yeah.
And the maid of honor speeches always are just a train wreck. And the groomsman, like best man's speech is pretty rough too.
Yeah,
but
I bet.
I had just gone to one that the maid of honor went up and it was like, okay, can you stop? And then she started her second paragraph.
Oh.
And then she flipped the page and you realize she had 5 pages.
Oh, no.
And then, I forget her name. What was Missy's maid of honor?
Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary.
Mary got up and
she nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was cool to see the contrast of a traditional wedding with a traditional maid of honor speech that was awful.
Right.
And a non-traditional wedding with a non-traditional maid of honor just...
Yeah, no, because she tied in everything. Like, when gay marriage was legal and, tied in the history and, very...
That, but just the way that she presented it was like, this isn't awkward, this isn't weird. She just pulled
everything together. Yeah, she pulled bits and pieces of where she came from and the history of gay marriage rights and how she met Missy and tied everything together.
And gave you advice. She's like, I've never been married, but this is what they tell me.
I know, right? A, B, and C.
Yeah. And then English was not her first language, and she made a joke right at the start that just it was so good.
It was good. It was solid.
Yeah, I went up after and told her, but I feel like everyone says that, but for me, I was like, this was legit.
You're like, no, legit. This is awesome.
So
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, it was great to be a part of that. It was
no, we're glad you were able to make it.
It was, I partied hard.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
That's why we had open bar.
It was good. Is there any takeaways from this marriage? Like, would you do things differently? Would you was it all really good? Did it all work out really well? Was there pros and cons to...
So it all worked out really well, I think.
Yeah.
We had no glitches. Everything went really smooth.
Nice.
The biggest thing though, man, we spent a shit ton of money, and I just don't know if I'd do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. For Missy and I, we've been married before, and we both had the low key wedding. And we're like, let's do it big this time, but
So your previous marriages were low key.
We're low key, but this one was more traditional, more big, a bigger celebration, and it was fun. It was a good time. It was beautiful. I loved it. But in hindsight, I'm like, well, maybe we could have put our money elsewhere.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
You live and learn.
It was a beautiful wedding. We have great pictures.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
It was
and it's good memories is what matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of people remember that.
And there's my dog.
That's cute. No, my dog always makes noise during our podcast.
Oh, okay, cool.
The listeners are used to this.
All right, perfect. So they're like, oh, look, the normal chaos in the background. Ollie, come here. Come on. You want to say hi?
He always jumps.
I know. He's like, nope, now that you want me to, I'm not gonna.
Come up here.
Come on.
Come on, buddy. No, he doesn't.
He's like, no, I'm camera shy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he'll get up in it. So, all right, let's give the listeners a history of how we met.
Yeah, for sure.
Or just because I think it'd be one. There's a couple reasons why I want to interview you, but one is you're from where I'm at.
Hell yeah.
And so
Northern Indiana.
So I wanted to kind of pick your brain on a little bit of that. But yeah, just tell me your story.
Yeah, so...
Or for whatever you want.
Yeah, so how we met, I'm actually best friends with Timon's wife, Allison. Yep. Allison and I met... Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way. No, but now he says hi.
Yeah.
No, but Allison and I met working at the same place. And it was just like an instant friendship. And so when you came around, I remember her telling me, like, I think I found a good one. And I was like, I need to meet him. And then, and ever since then, I mean, like, we hit it off. We're good friends.
Homies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys lived together, you and Allison.
Yeah, Allison and I lived together for, what, about 8 months?
Yeah.
8 months to a year, probably.
Ish. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Cut off by the fire.
Yeah. Because then I moved to Louisville to be with my now wife, and she kept the apartment for like a month, and then it burnt down. Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. She sent me a picture. She's like, I guess you're out of your lease. I was like, holy shit.
It worked out well for you.
I know, right? It did.
Yeah, so we've known each other for a little while.
Yeah.
So have you been, was in Northern Indiana basically your home until now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I lived there until I was 5. And then we moved to Knoxville, Tennessee for a year.
Okay.
Lived there for a year. And then we moved to Granger.
Okay.
And Granger is where I lived from first grade until... Basically until...
Yeah, you left.
Until I left for Louisville.
Apartment was in Granger. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
So basically a Granger girl.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much a Granger girl.
Roll around in your Range Rover. And
I know, right?
Drink Starbucks.
Basic white bitch.
What's your favorite Starbucks drink? That's the real
question. Man, I can't even tell you because it makes me a basic white bitch.
Oh, no.
It does.
Okay,
pumpkin cream cold brew.
Oh,
yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
So
oh, okay, good. So it all works out.
When PSL comes out.
Yes, and I love the peppermint mocha latte too.
Oh yeah.
That they come out with the winter, which also makes me a basic white bitch. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just straight sugar.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
That's crazy. So yeah, Granger and then now Louisville. What's the difference now, kind of between Northern Indiana and like Southern Indiana, really?
A lot.
Is it? Yeah.
And I think it's not so much. I think it's just small city versus big city.
Yeah.
Bigger city.
Bigger city.
Yeah, Louisville isn't really a big city, but it's bigger.
Yeah.
You know, you have a lot more diversity.
Yeah.
I mean, just even like, you know, being a lesbian, like, I remember one time in Target, I was holding my girlfriend at the time's hand, and some lady at Target came up to us and said, "Can you not do such gross things in front of my daughter?"
So this was in Louisville, or this was?
No, this was in Granger.
Okay.
Yeah, the Target on University.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a little shady.
Yeah.
Target's supposed to be kind of inclusive.
I know, right? Yeah, no, but she was like, "Can you not do such gross things in front of my daughter?
Really?
I don't want her teaching. I don't want her learning these things from people like you."
Does your daughter have Twitter?
I know, right? I'm about to send her some TikToks. No, and then, you know, I come to Louisville and, like, you know, there's gay bars on every other corner and no one blinks twice when I tell them that I have a wife, and like, it's such a different and more inclusive atmosphere for me.
Because there's so many more people.
There's so many more people, and like, I feel like there's so much more diversity here. Yeah. You know, and just even...
It's not one group way of thinking.
Yeah, it's not, you know, everyone doesn't go to the same 3 churches and,
right.
You know what I mean?
Community.
Granger Community and...
I
don't know the other two, but there is no other two. It's just one. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. For me, it's been really good.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of reasons, but I think the biggest one is, like, I feel normal.
Yeah.
Which has been...
You're not sticking out, kind of.
Yeah, I'm not sticking out. People aren't staring at me, and no. But that's exactly it. You know, people aren't staring at me. People aren't shaking their heads. People aren't, you know, slipping me cards with Bible verses on it. Like, all of this shit happens. Yeah.
Change that. I got some cards for you.
I know, right? Do you know our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? I saw you holding hands with a girl. This is sinful.
Yeah, that's obvious. There he is. What's up? Let me see if I can get him in the
Yeah, pick him up. He's a floppy dude.
I'm put this on YouTube.
Yeah, do it.
And other videos, but if you guys want to see the dog,
look on
YouTube right now.
Come look on YouTube right now. His name's Ollie. He's a Aussie Doodle. Yeah, he's an Aussie.
He's like
mixed
so
with a poodle.
Oh, let's get you
He's
so light.
He's so cute, but he's so. I mean, he's only 5 months old, so.
Yeah, we got back from dinner and he had pooped all over the floor.
All over the floor.
He was in his crate somehow.
Yeah, he got out of his crate somehow and just like shit all over the floor. It was a good time. Yeah.
Well, nice thing is you don't have carpets.
Yes.
That's the one thing I was like, you guys lucked out because this is perfect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no carpet. Except in the bedrooms, which is fine, whatever. So, he's not allowed in there.
Yeah.
So.
You're smarter than him.
I know.
That's good. Yeah.
Gotta be smarter than the dog.
Starts jumping over that fence thing.
I know. It's gonna happen.
He's a hopper.
He is.
He's a little hopper.
We're gonna come home and he's gonna be outside the fence one day. We'll be driving down the street. We're like, is that Ollie? Like,
well, looks just like Ollie.
I know, right?
Get home. Yeah. Oh man. So okay, back to Granger.
Yes, back to Granger.
You went to Elkhart Christian Academy.
I did.
Tell me a little about that.
Oh man, I went to Elkhart Christian Academy from first grade till I graduated in 12th grade, my senior year.
For those who don't know what Elkhart Christian Academy is, I mean, the name right there kind of tells you, but what would you say it is? It's like
do you really want my opinion?
I mean, tell it like it is. It's free.
I feel like it's a mini cult.
A mini cult, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the education there is obviously better than what I would have gotten in a public school. Just small classes.
Yeah, a
little more one-on-one. Teachers, I feel like, cared a little bit more than what you get a lot of times in public schools.
Yeah.
So I can say my education on most points was good. But, like, just I remember, and I feel like this is true maybe in public schools too, but it was really drilled into our heads at Elkhart Christian Academy, like the lack of truth in American history really bothered me. And then when I took American history in college, I was like, excuse me, we did what?
Also, it was all just one narrative.
Yeah, it was all just one narrative of we came over and we made friends with the Indians and the Indians helped us and we helped the Indians and we all held hands and sang Kumbaya and then I took
some little cards with
exactly. I see you're holding hands with another woman. No, but really, and then I took American history in college at Purdue.
Okay.
And I was like, holy shit. Sorry, Dad. And
yeah,
sorry, Dad.
He knows.
And it was mind blowing. Just, the genocide and the different things that actually occurred versus what I was taught. And it's like small things like that, like American history, I feel like was really messed up for me. I feel like science was really messed up for me because everything was creationism and everything was based.
Did they not teach any evolution?
No. It was a joke. Evolution was a joke.
Oh, interesting.
So I didn't even know what true evolution was until my senior year of high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did you learn about that? Was it
my Bible teacher? So my Bible teacher actually ended up getting fired about 4 years after because he taught us about true evolution. He taught us everything we needed to know in a secular world and how to be a Christian in a secular world.
Yeah, good things.
Yeah, good things. Yeah. So we had debates on abortion. We had debates on sex before marriage. We had debates and we had to prove things biblically. And what happened a lot of times was we couldn't.
Oh, wow.
So that's why he ended up getting fired. They're like, you have to stop doing these debates. And he's like, no, I'm teaching them.
Yeah.
I'm teaching them the Bible.
How to think.
And how to think on their own and how to prove their points to people who are not of faith.
Right.
And they're like, well,
not just saying that's what the Bible says.
That's because Jesus said so. That's not how it works, and so he actually ended up getting fired because he wouldn't stop doing it. Because, he's like, all right, so I'm going to split you into two teams. You 6 are debating for sex before marriage. You 6 are debating against. Prove it biblically. And the people who were against same-sex marriage, we couldn't find anything.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We couldn't.
Didn't read your Bible hard enough.
I know, right? And so, the debates would come and, of course we'd pass because we debated well.
Yeah.
But, we're like, so Jesus said, we had nothing. And so then that kind of, turns your whole world upside down.
Right.
Because you've been taught all these things.
Thinking for yourself instead of following a narrative.
Yeah, following what the preacher says and following a narrative or just...
Did you guys have, Sunday school classes or, chapels?
Yeah, we had chapel once a week. And then we had from the time I was in first grade till the time I graduated, we did Bible class.
Yeah. That was daily?
That was daily.
Okay.
Yep.
That's nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people had free period. You guys had Bible.
We did. Some kids got recess. We read. No, I'm kidding. We had recess too.
That was the only time, maybe in high school, that you were actually learning something.
Yeah. And that's so my senior year, you know, Mr. Branham really taught me.
Shout out. Mr. Branham, sorry.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what'd I say? You should probably like rewind and look at my face. I was like, the fuck did I say?
Shouting out Mr. Branham.
Mr. Branham. Yeah, he was a really cool guy. Yeah. But he really helped me develop my beliefs. I don't want to say my faith, because I don't really consider myself a Christian anymore, so I don't know if I necessarily have a faith, but I have beliefs. And that's where it all started for me, was 12th grade Bible class, debates with Mr. Branham.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting. So yeah, it's a cult.
It's a cult. Yes.
Shout out Mr. Branham.
Yeah.
You went there from 1st grade to 12th. So
Yep.
Basically your whole school.
My whole school career. Yeah.
You just got indoctrinated.
Yeah. And which is why I kind of consider it a cult, because like even other Christian schools in the area, like Bethany Christian School and stuff, like they weren't good enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like we looked down on them.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So like it's weird. Well, you know, our education is better. Oh, well, we love God harder.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at our actions compared to theirs.
Oh, that's weird.
Look at our students compared to theirs.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird.
Yeah, so you're always comparing yourselves.
Yeah, to even just...
Exactly what Jesus says.
Yeah, exactly. He says, hey, compare yourself to those around you and be better.
Yeah, and be better.
Be the best, bitch.
Jesus! That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting. Yeah, and so, I guess, you said that you're a lesbian. Did you know you were a lesbian at Elkhart Christian Academy?
I did. I've known. So, it's interesting.
Right
I know, you dove right in, man. No, it's... Oh, Jesus. So, it's interesting. In hindsight, I knew that I was gay probably around the time I was 8 or 9.
Okay.
I knew something was different.
Okay.
So, like... when like I would play with my friends, like if like we played house or something, like I always wanted to be the dad figure because I wanted to be with a woman. Not because I wanted to be a boy, but because I wanted my partner to be a girl.
Oh, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, I was always into G.I. Joes. I cut my hair short in 3rd grade.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Grew it out again when I like tried really hard to be straight, but then I cut it all off again because I was like, fuck it.
Really?
Yeah. But cut my hair short in 3rd grade, started wearing boy clothes in 3rd grade. Like I didn't want to wear what was at Limited 2 and American Eagle. And like, I was like, this stuff is gross. Can I go shop in the boys department?
Yeah.
And like, my mom was really cool. She let me.
That's cool.
Like, I don't want to say we argued about it because we didn't argue, but she was like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Like,
she pressed you on it.
Yeah, she pressed me. She's like, you know, well, look at these cute girl clothes. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I want that boy t-shirt over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, in hindsight, I always knew something was different.
Right.
And then probably around the time that I started to realize, like, relationships and straight and gay, like, around probably, like, 7th grade, where things start to, like, click in my mind, is when I started to suppress it. So that's, like, I was like, okay, this can't be right. I can't be attracted to women. So... I grew out my hair. I became super girly. Like, I just didn't date anyone. Yeah. Because, like, I dated a few boys and I was like, this is disgusting. Yeah. Like, I kissed a boy and I was like, ooh. Like, just, it wasn't there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like.
I've never kissed a boy, so.
Yeah. Well, imagine if you did. Like, it just wouldn't be there, right? Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. Like, I've slept with boys. I tried really hard to be straight. Yeah. And then
while you're at Elkhart Christian Academy? Dang.
Yeah. Scandalous.
So it is a cult, but people were just doing the normal.
Oh yeah, like one girl got kicked out for selling cocaine in the girls' bathroom.
What?
Yeah.
No. Hey, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like we weren't perfect, but like we you know, they put on the picture that they are, but they're not.
Yeah. Whitewash tombs. It's got to be nice on the outside.
Exactly.
Sell cocaine on the inside.
Exactly. In the girls' bathroom.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, legit. Yeah.
Yeah. So so that's interesting.
Yeah. So the whole, I mean, I don't want to say the whole time, but 7th grade through 12th grade, I tried really hard. I mean, like, I
basically high school, really.
Basically high school, really. I played, really dove into, like, music and leading worship. And actually, cool. I got accepted into, Hillsong.
Oh,
Hillsong in Australia my senior year.
Way.
Yeah, and I was going to go because I was like, look, like, I got to do something to suppress all of this confusion. And fear. It was fear, too.
And music was one outlet.
Yeah, and music was the big outlet that I could just, like, bury myself in and, like, not have to be straight or gay or be anything. I could just
be a musician.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I led worship at church and played in the worship band at school and just really kind of dove into music. It was my one place where I felt like I could just be.
You played a really beautiful song at your wedding.
Thank you.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Just whipped out the guitar.
I did.
I was not expecting it. I mean, I was because I was supposed to go and plug in the amp.
I know, right?
I wasn't expecting you to just like rock out like you did. That was cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Music is my happy place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always has been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elkhart Christian Academy is a way scandalous than I expected.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like? So you just didn't date at all during high school then?
Not really. I dated like 3 guys for like a period of like a couple months.
Yeah, and then said no more of that.
And then I said no more. And I just, because like I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. And so like there were boys that like even like we didn't have prom, we had alternative because dancing is from the devil.
Right.
Yeah, Baptist, Baptist church is behind ECA. So we had alternative where like we still spent a shit ton of money on dresses and dinner, and then like we had some lame Christian comedian come out and try to tell us jokes for 2 hours. It was awful.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was awful.
That's rough.
Yeah, it was rough. But like even my dates to alternative, like we're just friends.
Right.
Like it wasn't anything romantic.
Everyone else was like trying to get with the girl guy.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, hey, we're friends, want to go? And they're like, sure. So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What did you have any crushes or anything like that, like while you were in school?
Yeah. So my first girl crush ever in the history of girl crushes for me was Mariska Hargitay from Law and Order SVU.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like she kind of like really helped me realize I was gay. I was like, oh look, she's so pretty. And then like by the time like I hit like freshman sophomore year, I was like, okay, no, she's hot. I know something's changing. What are these hormones?
Law and Order in my life.
I know, right? Law and Order me, Mariska Hargitay. Yeah. Handcuff me. Well, but sorry.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad. Yeah. So sorry. No, but I did my junior year of high school. There was a girl who was a grade below me. We became really good friends, and she was like my first ever like girl crush. Obviously, she was not interested, and she had no idea.
Okay.
But like, yeah, like I crushed hard on her.
Oh wow.
For like a solid year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you guys were just friends.
Yeah, we were just friends the whole time, but like I definitely was always like hoping for more.
Yeah.
Like I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was funny. Like just like crushed hard on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then friendship fell through, and
are you still friends with anyone from ECA?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Leo, hey, enough. Yeah, so I'm still friends with my photographer at the wedding. Actually, we met at ECA. Yeah. Jess Stacy, yeah.
She had a Throg door.
Yes,
on the back. That was so
she's
cool.
badass.
Yeah, she's super chill.
She's one of the cool. Rapids, right? Yeah, Kalamazoo. Okay. One of the coolest humans ever. Similar story to me as far as like her outcome religiously and stuff. Super religious upbringing.
We went through a cult together.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. We survived.
Yeah.
No, so I still talk with Jess, and then my best friend from high school, Miriam.
Okay.
Yeah, I still talk with her occasionally. She's in Colorado.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So we haven't seen each other for like 7 years, but
still chat every once
we still chat and say what's up, and
that's nice.
Yeah. So
it wasn't like you completely cut, like no one.
No, and the sad thing too is when I came out, I lost 99.9% of my friends.
Wow.
Cause
was that during high school?
No, I came out when I was 21. So right after ECA, I decided it would be a good idea for some reason. Again, I think I was trying to suppress things. When I went to Purdue, I lived in a Christian co-op house.
Oh, okay.
So, a lot of my college friends were strict Christians as well.
Gotcha.
So when I came out, I lost a lot of them as well. Yeah. It's what it is. I have my family now. That's what matters.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not very Christian-like.
No.
You don't believe the way I do.
I know, right? Oh God, you saw me naked. Like, don't flatter yourself. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, they would come to me and be like, "But you saw me change," and I'm like, "Don't flatter yourself." Yeah. Like, are you attracted to every guy that you see?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's the same way.
So that's not. Yeah. So So you're 21 at Purdue. Did you finish your degree at Purdue?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I still haven't finished it. I want to, but.
Yeah. Did you
life
after 21? Were you still at Purdue when?
I went to Purdue until I was 20, and then I moved home to just Purdue. Living in the Christian co-op house was too much.
Yeah.
So I moved back home and I went to IUSB.
Okay.
For a year, and that's when I came out at 21.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Back at your hometown, basically.
Yeah, back at
here.
South Bend, kicking down the doors, closet doors.
The closet doors. Yeah, that's crazy. So, and then what was that like? Well, so it sounds like a lot of kind of shame, and not shame, but like closing of friendships and.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of shame. It was shame. It was embarrassment. It was fear. You know, there was being gay and Christian is fucking hard. It's fucking hard because you're taught your whole life that who you are is wrong, and to come to terms with who you are thinking that you're wrong is hard. And then not just that, but then as soon as you realize these things, you have this overwhelming feeling to tell other people who you are. Like, imagine not being able to tell people that you're straight and in love with Allison. Like, that would suck. If you've been taught your whole life that falling in love with someone like Allison is wrong, and then you realize that you're in love with Allison, you want to tell people, right? Like, you want to tell people who you are and what you've discovered, and you want to share all these emotions with, you know, the people closest to you, like your parents, but you're scared. So, like...
Yeah, it's hard for me to fathom, like, just the way you...
Yeah. It's...
Sorry, that sounds...
It was awful, you know, and, like, I'm lucky because my parents eventually came around. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Not everyone has that.
And your parents were... say like super strict Christians or kind of medium strict, like, or not? So
my mom was super strict Christian. Okay. So Finding Nemo story. You ready for this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we saved this for the podcast, guys. I was not allowed to watch Finding Nemo as a kid.
Okay.
Why?
Vivid colors. They give you seizures or something.
No. Because Ellen DeGeneres played the voice of Dory, and it was inappropriate and unfathomable to my mother.
Gay agenda. Right?
Yeah, gay agenda right there for a gay woman to play something on a kid's movie. Yeah. So I was not allowed to watch Finding Nemo.
Wow.
That's how anti-gay my family was.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I, 10 years later, come kicking out the closet door, throwing rainbows everywhere, and it was a big, it was a big shock to people. But after my mom calmed down, after about a week, she called me. Like, we didn't talk for like a week.
Wow, you guys were pretty close.
And we were super close. Yeah, like best friends. And we didn't talk for about a week, 7-10 days. And she called me, and the first words out of her mouth were, "A lot of things make sense now." And I'm like, yeah, they do, don't they? So, but she eventually came around, and, I'm actually super proud of her. The weekend before she died, she actually was at a big conference in Grand Rapids to talk about how to love your gay child. How to be a Christian and love your gay child.
Big Christian conference, right?
Yeah, big Christian conference, yeah. It was huge. Like, she spoke in front of, like, 5,000 people.
Wow. Was she an author or a speaker or something?
No, she just went. Her friend Dawn has a son who's also gay, and her Dawn was big in like this. I don't know if it was like a Facebook group. I don't know what kind of group it was, but it was like they had meetings once a month to like encourage each other and help each other figure out like how to be a Christian with a gay child. And
there's a Facebook group. Of course, there's a Facebook group.
I'm sure there was a Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
And
groups for everything.
I know, right? And so Dawn,
the Capitol.
I know, right? Go in my group.
You have a gay kid? Go in my group.
Go in my group. Yeah, but Dawn like basically like ran all these different groups.
Okay.
And so she asked my mom to come speak with her at this big convention.
Wow.
So my mom did.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was literally the last thing she ever did.
Wow.
So I'm like super proud of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's big. That
means
huge. A lot. That's like that's heartwarming.
Yeah, I mean, to go from, hating Ellen DeGeneres to speaking in front of thousands of people about, how to love your gay child.
Yeah.
In a matter of 5 years.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. Well, it's a relationship too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You can't, I see it like, just they put the wall down.
Yeah. And
they're doing that with, it's maybe when we were in high school, it was gay, it was gay. Mm-hmm. If your family member was gay, you kind of cut off walls, but I'm starting to see that with other things too. It's just people are so fast to cut relationship off, and it's like,
which is something I don't understand because
it doesn't help anything.
It doesn't help anything. And for me, like, love just like ignites everything in my body. You know what I mean? And my soul and my mind and like my relationships. Like, why would you want to cut love off?
Right.
It's unfathomable to me.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not Christian-like either. Right,
not
Christ-like. It's
not
Christian-like for sure.
It is
100% Christian-like.
Yes.
It's
not Christ-like. There's a difference.
It's not good. Okay, so 21, back at IUSB.
Yep.
When was that time period? Was that like early 2000s, mid 2000s, 2010?
2010-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was, yeah, okay. So, and was there a lot of lesbians around?
No.
Okay.
No, so I originally,
yeah.
So when I decided to kind of live out my truth, I was actually at Purdue. I was at a party, one of the Christian co-op party.
Nice.
Yeah. And they played the song by Katy Perry, Kissed a Girl.
Right.
And a girl just came up and kissed me.
Oh my.
And it was really like my first like ever like girl kiss, like serious girl kiss. And I was like, oh, shit, this is what it's supposed to feel like. Yeah. And that's when I decided to live out my truth, was that night at Purdue, which is why I didn't continue going to Purdue. I moved home.
Yeah.
Because I knew, like, I literally had to sign a contract at Stewart, which was the Christian co-op, to not be in a homosexual relationship.
Okay, that was like a covenant or a contract or something.
Yeah, there was like a contract I had to sign that I wouldn't smoke, I wouldn't partake of alcohol, I wouldn't have premarital sex, and I wouldn't be gay.
Wow.
So, like,
just those 4 things.
Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Easy peasy. So when that girl kissed me, I was like, well, I can't, I need to live my truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I moved back home, went to IUSB, and that's when I met my first girlfriend, Maddie. So, online, because, there's no lesbians in South Bend that aren't like 50.
Oh, really?
Oh, man. It's slim pickings.
Really?
It's slim pickings. Like, there's lesbians, but, like, they're all together.
Right.
Or they're, like, single and over 50.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I went to one of the few gay bars there. This was before, like, our bar was around.
Okay.
So there's, like, Vicky's gay bar. Great gay bar. Super fun there. Love them. They're fantastic. But, like, it's not the place to meet people.
Really?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of like a club.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe not. I'm just guessing.
No, it's like a chill bar. Like, you just go there, you drink. Like, the first time I went there, she called it pussy. Okay. She's like, you want some pussy? And I'm like, I don't know how to respond. She's like, no, it's a drink. I'll make it for you for free. I was like, sure. So, like, they're just really cool people. Like, I don't know. Like, I just, I'd go and chill with them. And, yeah. But, like, they're all older, like, gay men or, like, there's not a scene for people in their early 20s.
Right. Do you think that's changing?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. Since, you have our bar now, like, when I was out, like, there were no drag shows.
Brothers, is that a gay bar?
No.
I'm joking.
I was like, are you serious?
Sorry. I had to throw that one in there.
I know, right? Linebackers? What?
Right, yeah, what's the Corby's?
Corby's? Yeah, Corby's is gay, right?
Yeah, right?
Oh, man. That was good. For a second, I thought you were serious. Oh, my God.
Never been there because I heard it was a gay bar.
I know, right? I don't go where the gays go. No, so, like,
Brothers
there's...
just for those who don't know what Brothers is, it's like the typical college town, like...
Bar.
Yeah. People get rowdy there. It's all just young college kids.
Yeah.
Trying to...
Be young and rowdy.
Yeah.
Get shit-faced.
Yeah, if you could, like, imagine, like, your sororities going to a bar. That's what I imagine Brothers being.
Yeah. No,
I've
that's
never really
exactly
been
it.
there. I've just seen...
I've been there, like,
Snapchat.
twice, and it was awful.
Yeah.
Because, like, I was, like, 30 when I went, and I'm like, why am I here?
Yeah,
like,
everyone is 18.
I know, right? They all have fake IDs.
Yeah,
Mine is legit. This means I'm too old.
I'm 15 years older than all of you.
I know, right?
The oldest person here, I'm 15 years older than you.
I know. But really.
I'm 30.
Oh, my God. Yeah. So, no, I think it's growing.
Yeah.
Like, back when I was 20, like, I didn't really know of any, like, trans people. Now I know several there. Yeah. And it's just, I feel like I think it's slowly coming around. It's a Christian area. It's a conservative area. You have Notre Dame, the conservative Catholics. But I don't know if it's like our society is opening up to LGBTQ more, or if people are just more internet, people are just more comfortable in their skin and saying, fuck it, I am who I am. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's a combination of all of it.
I think it was probably Finding Nemo.
Yep. It was Finding, it was Dory.
It was Dory, right at the start there.
No, but really, like, shout out to Ellen DeGeneres, man. She's like the mother of lesbians.
Really?
Yeah, because she was like one of the first women to come out. Celebrities, yeah. She came out in the 90s.
When it wasn't cool.
Yeah, and lost her show and her whole career.
No way.
Finding Nemo was her comeback.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did she have the Ellen show before that?
She had the Ellen show before that, and then Finding Nemo, and now she has the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But she lost the Ellen show when she came out.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And then Finding Nemo was to come back. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember listening to some of her stand-up way back in the day.
Yeah, her stand-up, she's funny.
Yeah.
She's legit.
That's it. Shout out to Ellen, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like the mother of lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Khaleesi, mother of dragons. Ellen is like the mother of lesbians. She comes out of the fire holding all of us. Like
Katy Perry on her. Like
I know, right? Lady Gaga. Yeah, like all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's funny. Elton John is just like the football.
I know, right? Elton John's just like, the god of all gays.
Just shines down on Elton.
Yes, exactly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's what it is.
You can't deny it.
Can't deny it. Can't hide it.
So it's getting better. What was it like dating? And I know I kind of alluded to that, but you got your first girlfriend online.
Yeah.
Everyone else around when you first came back, 21 in South Bend was
rough,
50 plus, or it just didn't work out.
Yeah, just honestly, like I didn't like even in online dating, like there was no one in South Bend area.
Really?
Yeah, South Bend, Mishawaka, Elkhart, like no one.
Really?
Yeah. So I met Maddie, who was in Muncie.
Gotcha.
And so I was with her for about 2.5 years, ended up moving to Muncie, and then moved back home when things ended. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you meet by, like, the dating apps that they have now? Or
yeah, it was Match.com.
Match.com, okay.
Yeah.
Did they have the option at that point to choose, like, search by girl or...
So like now,
guys and
no. So like I had, it was like I am a woman interested in a woman. So like now I think they have it as like I identify as a and am interested in a.
Nice.
So like it's a little more like inclusive nowadays, but
broader.
Yeah, before it was like man or woman.
Yeah.
I am a interested in a.
You said maybe binary.
Right.
Would be the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
And so she was in Muncie.
Mm-hmm.
So that was your first relationship.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you came back. And
Yep.
was the scene better 2 years later, or was it still pretty rough? Still pretty rough.
It was still pretty rough.
Yeah.
Because the next girlfriend I got was from Chicago.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Match.com. Can you tell?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a theme here. There's a theme going on. I feel like Match should pay me now. Like I'm advertising for them. Do I get a check?
This Timons Podcast is sponsored by Match.com.
I know, right?
Use promo code Rachel for 69% off.
69% off. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well played, sir.
First month. After that, it's full cost.
Yeah, because guess where I met my ex-wife?
Match.com.
Oh my God, you're so right. I'm not even playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I'm not playing.
Is that the only one that you use as Match? Was the only, like...
So I used Match every time except for Missy.
Okay.
So apparently Zeus has more quality women.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Me either. But like I Googled best lesbian dating websites and Zeus came up, so I gave it a go.
Specifically for lesbians.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a lesbian, you can't get on there.
Correct.
Okay.
From my understanding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It may have changed.
It may have changed. Yeah. I don't know.
We're 2022 here.
I know, right? We do what we want.
Yeah. Yeah. But so that's interesting. And so that's where you actually met like quality. Yeah.
Yeah. Missy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And that was on Zeus. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I wondered if you'd used like a specific one.
Yeah, I used Match for every single one of them except for Missy. I used Zeus. Yeah.
And then that was the one.
That was it.
Dang, that's
Here
crazy.
I am married.
Yeah.
Married her.
Murder.
Murder.
Murder. America. America. Sorry.
Oh my God, I love it.
We've been goofy all day. It's been fun.
It's been a good day.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, when I was single and using, I mean, we met, Allison and I met on Tinder.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I mean, even on Tinder, like slim pickings.
Oh yeah, like
area,
quality humans.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can get.
Match with anyone.
Yeah.
It's garbage.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even, and that's, straight individuals, and I couldn't imagine like what it's on the other side.
Yeah.
It's probably just awful.
It's awful. Yeah. Which is why I moved to Louisville, because I didn't even find Missy within 300 miles. You know what I mean?
Branch it out. That's
yeah.
Nice.
Well, and the weird thing about Missy too is like we joked that it was fate because both of us had set, because like online like you can set like your mile radius of how far it wants to like look for profiles or whatever. Mm-hmm. We had both set ours to 100 miles, and we're 300 miles away, but it matched us.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're like, oh look, it was fate, or just coding mistake.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
They just looked at both probably your profiles and like, these guys would be great.
Yeah, we got to do this.
Thank you, robots.
I know. Thank you, robots.
Who's the father of robots? If you got Elton John and Ellen is the father, the
mother and father of gays.
Yeah. Who's the father of robots?
Oh man.
Yeah,
I know. That's a tough one. I don't know. Elon Musk, maybe. I was gonna say Elon Musk, Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, maybe.
Well,
thank you, Bill Gates.
Thank you, Bill Gates,
Mark
for your algorithms.
Al Gore made the internet, so let's say Al Gore.
Thanks, Al Gore.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my God. That's a whole nother podcast.
I was gonna say, what was your thoughts on Al Gore when you were in 7th grade?
Oh man. So fun story. We had my senior year econ gov, we had to do debates, like political debates in front of the whole school.
Yeah.
And we were each given like a political, like big political figure. And we drew names out of a hat. And I fucking drew Hillary Clinton. Yeah. At ECA, I had to be Hillary Clinton and debate.
Did you win?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I actually did. No, I'm not kidding. I got a 98% and I won the debate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I must have like slayed it, or other people just really fucked up. Like, I don't know which happened, but like for George Bush to lose to Hillary Clinton, like, let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real.
Let's be real. Yeah, I slayed it.
That's hilarious.
But I remember drawing it and like my econ gov teacher just laughing, and he's like, "Oh my God, you got the worst one." Ha! And I'm like, "Ha ha ha."
About to change this.
I know. Yeah. You about to go down. Hillary's going to teach you today.
Yeah. It's going to be Yazzie you all.
I know, right?
Okay, well, I know those jokes. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it can't. We can get political. It doesn't need those.
Oh, I don't care.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
something else.
She's something else. The Clintons are something else. Yeah.
Yeah. At Timons Podcast, we love conspiracies.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tinfoil hats on. I make my own conspiracies up. That's the thing. Everyone else's are lame. I want my own.
Yeah.
I'll be walking in my neighborhood and I'll see a couple things and I'll just make it.
Make up your own conspiracy.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
I got them for days. It's great.
That's fantastic.
Oh man, so that's interesting. So, I mean, you openly live after 21. How you had? What were some really? I guess here's a fun question for you.
Yeah.
What was some really, other than the holding hands and Target? Was there other really negative things that you felt? And also on the flip side, what were some positive things you felt?
Yeah.
In that area?
So we'll start off with the negatives. I mean, I was kicked off of worship teams.
Okay.
Because as a gay woman, they could love me, but they couldn't let me represent God because I was gay. Those are exact words.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I lost all of my friends. Just about all of them, other than I think the two that I mentioned. I mean, I had friends be like, well, I'll pray for you. Here, let me give you, I had books sent to me on how to, get rid of the homosexual feelings. I had one person offer to pay for me to go to a conversion camp.
No way.
Yeah.
So, those were big back then.
I know, right? Yeah. They're still big. It's sad. But, I had I can't tell you, just the looks you get are different. Honestly, Tim. And for example, I went on a cruise 2 years ago with my best friend, Chelsea. And it was just me and her on the cruise, right? And she looks like your typical, I look gay, right? I look butch.
Yes.
Is what it is.
Yes.
Right?
As someone looking at you right now.
I know, right? Confirm.
I mean, not to mention that you wore a suit to your wedding.
I did, yeah. And I just wore a suit to work today. Yeah. So, there's that. No, so
you gotta go make the bread.
I know, right? Make the bread in my suit. No, but so I look like your typical lesbian, right? Chelsea just doesn't. She looks like a woman. The long hair, wears makeup, super pretty, wears girl clothes. Yeah. She was about in tears in the car on our way home from Florida because she's like, I can't imagine. She's like, the looks that we got when people assumed that we were together. She's like, people would stare, people would give me looks, people would look disgusted. She's like, I'm so sorry that you have to live through this.
Wow.
Every day. And I don't think people really realize it, but it is, I've turned it off. I ignore it. Yeah. Missy still struggles with it sometimes. She's like, did you see that look? And I'm like, oh, no, it's meh. I'm so used to it. I've been out for 10, 11 years now, right, dealing with those looks. And I just don't think people realize it. Yeah. Yeah. The looks, the whispers, and we know, my mom used to be like, well, they're probably just looking at something else. Well, no, they're not. No. They're not. Yeah. Yeah,
they're looking right at you.
We literally made eye contact and now they're whispering.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah. So you're just treated different.
You said that at the start of the podcast, kind of stick out.
Yeah.
I said that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you do. You stick out, especially in a conservative, smaller area like Granger, Mishawaka, South Bend, that whole area, Michiana area. Yeah, you do. You stick out. So, but positives. I'm married to an amazing woman.
Yeah. That happened because of Granger, or was it
I think it happened.
You met there.
Just because we met there, and I really feel like I met, you and Alice and her family. Yeah. I met Chelsea's family. I met a lot of my real solid humans that I met, and still
some real not solid humans too.
Oh man, yeah. Not everyone has those though, but not everyone has solid family like we have. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's, I lost a lot of people, a lot of friends, but like I found my family.
Yeah, and those probably weren't real good friends anyways.
No.
If they're not
I thought they were, but like now that like I have like, my people in my life, I'm like, oh, you guys are shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
The way you treat me and stuff.
Yeah.
It's probably just been growing through all that stuff and things like that. Now, we don't have to get into this, but I thought it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm an open book, man.
Yeah, but if you don't want to, just tell me. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I'd love to kind of hear the I've heard bits and pieces of your story with your ex.
Which one?
The one that I don't know the name. I think you were married.
Renee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to tell that story?
Yeah, absolutely. I told you I'm an open book. Like literally, you'd be like, hey, tell me about that time you snorted cocaine off the back of a toilet at church. I'd be like, all right, let's do it.
Okay, well, let's hear that story.
No, literally, that happened once.
Yeah. What denomination of the church was this?
Missionary.
Okay.
It was Granger Missionary Church. Yeah. Yeah. I was 15.
Did you buy some cocaine?
Yeah, one of my friends was like, "Here, try this," and like
at
church. So we went in the bathroom and I snorted some coke off the back of a toilet during Sunday school.
Did you hear God?
I heard a lot of things. I heard colors, man. Like
Jesus, man! Oh my gosh, she's so great.
I know, right? I'm gonna go run around the church 6 times. Like
I'm gonna do Jericho.
Right.
I'll blow my trumpet.
I know, right? Run around. Yeah. No, so that legit happened, but I'm an open book.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was a good time.
Yeah.
So that's a fun story that now everyone knows about me. I just realized that. I'm like, shit, there's listeners, man.
It's just my dad.
It's all right. It's just, sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
He's loving this. I'm sure he's loving this.
Oh, I'm sure. You're laughing. You know it.
Yeah.
So.
You were 15.
I know.
It was so
that's over half my life ago, man.
Yeah.
I've grown up so much.
Listen, she was part of a cult. Do not hold it against
I know, right? We can't help what we do.
Right.
No, but so.
We don't suggest it. Okay.
I know. It is. We don't suggest it. Don't do it, kids at home.
But just listen to her
Just listen to my story and learn from my mistakes.
Exactly.
Don't snort coke off the back of a toilet at church.
Yeah. Do you use like a Bible to like?
No, but what? I have so many stories. One time, my ex Allison and I, not your Allison, my Allison.
Wait, what?
I know. We rolled a joint with the Leviticus verse that homosexuality is a sin. We rolled a joint and smoked it.
How did it smoke?
It was pretty rough.
Yeah.
It was pretty. It was a Bible page. Jesus is right. Like, that's right. Cough it out. Cough out your sins.
So they're doing conversion therapy.
Oh my God. Yes. Anyways, so Renee.
Yeah.
So I was married to Renee for 5 years. We met on Match. Legit. Yeah. She was from Elkhart.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. But we met, and I mean, like we had a good marriage. Like it wasn't bad. Like there were bad parts, but that happens in any relationship. And then one day she came home and told me she was in love with my best friend, Heather. And so that was rough. Like that, I mean, imagine if Allison told you she was in love with your best friend. It wouldn't be cool. It was not cool at all. So at the time I was undiagnosed bipolar. And I was desperate, I think, to just keep her. So we tried being like poly almost. So like Renee would have a relationship with Heather. Renee would have a relationship with me, but the three of us never intermingled, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I think I was okay with trying to make that work because I have some friends who are poly. Yeah. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being poly. It's just, it's not for me.
Well, yeah, that stuff didn't sound like it was for you either. Like,
yeah.
It didn't sound like you were part of that stuff at all.
No, it wasn't. And it was made very clear after about 6 months of this. Yeah, about 6 months. That, like, they weren't interested in anything to do with me either. So I was actually the one that called it quits.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of third wheeling your marriage.
I was third wheeling my marriage hardcore. And I think Renee didn't want to call it because she felt so guilty. And so eventually one night, she came home and like I had made her favorite dinner and like tried being super romantic. And she ate dinner and literally goes, well, I'm going to go to Heather's, and just got up and left. So the next morning I came down and I was like, look, I'm done. Like, I'm done being last. I deserve better. Yep. So
100%.
Yeah. And I'm glad I did. Yeah. It took me year and a half to get over it. Landed me inpatient.
Yeah. So did that
twice.
Like on a downward spiral?
Yeah, it put me in a super dark place. Like, and I'm grateful for it for a lot of reasons. I'm grateful for it because, you know, I'm now in an amazing marriage with an amazing woman. Yeah. I'm grateful for it because it got me diagnosed bipolar. And so, like, I'm stable mentally. I'm in a much better place mentally than I have ever been in my whole life. You know, because, like, I utterly lost my shit. Yeah. When, like, she finally, like, actually left. And I admitted myself to Epworth. So, which was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Wow.
So.
You were there for a little while, right?
I was there for 5 days.
Okay.
And then probably about 7 months later, like, because I don't know if you know anything about it, but, like, a lot of times, like, they start you on medications, you get really, like, great, and then you just crash.
Gotcha.
Like, 6 months to a year later. Like, the meds just kind of just, like, stop working.
Right, okay.
And so that happened to me. So I admitted myself to Epworth a second time, and I was there for 3 days.
Okay.
So.
They changed the dosage? Or...
Yeah, they changed some meds around, changed some dosages. I got more serious with therapy, like, for the first, like, 6 months. Like, I would go to therapy when I wanted to. Like, if I was, like, having a bad day, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll go to therapy tomorrow. Like, yeah. But I took therapy very seriously. I went religiously every single week. Like, so... I've learned, yeah, and I'm learning that there's a lot more to mental health than just medication is what I learned that second time. Yeah. Like, it's about your body, it's about your mind, it's about your soul, like, it's everything combined. It's not just like, here, take these pills. Right. You know? Yeah.
I think mental health, a lot of people are dealing with that.
Yeah. Well, just
more so now than I think I just feel that in the air.
Yeah, and I think it's two things. Is one, our economy is shit. Yeah. And a lot of people just feel helpless. Yeah. And two, mental health, the stigma is starting to end.
Gotcha.
So I feel like
you're not crazy.
You're not crazy anymore. We're not going to treat you with, you know, electric shock therapy. Right. Like, we're just, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, there's actual legitimate options for people with mental health issues. And, like, for those of us that have it, we're speaking out about it versus hiding it. So that way other people who are like, hey, I don't feel so good mentally, we can be like, oh, here's what I did. Go get some help. And then they get help and then pass it on and on and on.
So you're able to, like, pass on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Walk through this.
Yeah.
This
is how I dealt with it.
Right.
Please find your own path. And if you need help, I'm here.
Right. That's nice.
Yeah.
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 Do you have any tips for people who are dealing with stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would your tips be for individuals?
I mean, no, I love it. So I think the biggest thing is realizing, like I said, that it's not just taking pills. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
they help.
They help.
They take you down from a 12 to...
Yeah, but to be, you know, do meditation, do yoga, you know, go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Even if you feel like you have nothing to talk about coping skills, talk about triggers. You know, like, there's lots of things that you can learn on how to better yourself emotionally and physically and mentally. The other thing is, like, don't be ashamed. Yeah. Like, whether you're just in a low spot in life or you feel like you have a legitimate mental health disorder like bipolar or, you know, chronic depression or major depressive disorder or something like that, like, don't be embarrassed. Like, it's no different than diabetes. It's no different than high blood pressure. You know, and people talk about those things freely. Right. Yeah. People will be like, oh, yeah, I'm type 2 diabetic. Oh, yeah, I have a heart condition. Oh, yeah, like...
Right. High blood pressure.
High blood pressure, yeah. Like, there's nothing wrong with those things, and there's nothing wrong with being mentally ill either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are out there to help everyone now.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
There's so many options.
Yeah.
So many options.
I had a podcast with my buddy Aaron, and it's called Depression. It's a podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking, and one of the things, and I may have butchered this, so sorry, Aaron, but he was talking about, at one point he's like, what's my diet?
Yeah.
And it so he was trying to change that. And I think, again, I'm probably butchering it, but it's like, yeah, maybe one aspect of it is your diet, but it's, meditation.
There's so many, and yeah. I mean,
how you feel.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exercise for me is crucial. Meditation for me is crucial.
Do you feel change? Like, can you feel it stabilize you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if I'm having a bad day, I'll be like, oh shit, I didn't meditate today. I didn't do my deep breathing.
Yeah. So you can really tell the difference.
Yeah, you can tell a difference.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're basically clearing your mind if it gets so cluttered.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, even just studies have shown that deep breathing alone, not just meditation, but just doing deep breathing exercises reduces high blood pressure, reduces stress, reduces anxiety. Yeah. Breathing. I'll teach you, man.
Yeah. Is it deep box breaths? No. So what's the deep? Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, you don't get to know.
I know. No, it's a lesbian secret.
Yeah. What other lesbians?
I know, right? There's so many.
I have a question I'll ask you off there.
I know, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure where it is. I keep trying to figure out.
I know, right? She keeps telling me about this thing that begins with a C.
Yeah, I'm not sure it is. Can you please tell me? We'll talk about that off there. Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I know we've gone now a little bit over an hour.
Okay.
Is crazy.
That is crazy.
I don't know if we want to end it or not.
It's your call.
But I thought maybe it would be cool to just give advice to someone who maybe doesn't know how they feel or is kind of confused and stuff. What would your advice be for the next person at Elkhart Christian Academy who's maybe walking down the same path you're walking? What would your advice be to them?
Live your truth.
Yeah.
Be you. That's... I don't know how else to say it other than just live your truth. If you feel like you are different from how you've been taught to be, then I feel like you need to examine the truths that were taught to you and see if they are truly truths. You know what I mean? Yeah. For me, I was taught...
Is it worldview or is this actual truth?
Exactly. Worldview or actual truth. Religious truth or actual truth. And be true to yourself and love yourself. Because when you love yourself, you love everyone. And that's what matters. Is love. Yeah. Honestly.
Love wins.
Love wins.
Yeah.
In every aspect.
Yeah, love is all you need, right? Is that the Beatles song?
That is.
Yeah.
Look at you go.
Nice.
Yeah, you little youngin'.
Old soul.
Old soul.
No, that's interesting. Yeah, that's tough. Live your truth to 7th graders is going to be tough.
Yeah. And it is tough and it's scary and it's terrifying. But the greatest thing that you can do for yourself is to live your truth and be you. It's scary as hell. It sucks. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
But the best thing and the bravest thing you can do is to live your truth.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what live your truth means.
Yeah.
Can you break that down? I don't pressing you on a little bit, but
No, absolutely. So
how you
for
feel,
me, live your if you feel like you are for me. Yeah. I knew that I was gay. I knew that I was different, and I suppressed that truth.
Yeah.
For 20 years, 15 years. Yeah, and I lived a completely different life.
Gotcha.
So if you don't suppress what you know to be true deep down in you,
gotcha.
Does that make sense? If you live your truth.
I hate to say that's a buzzword, but I've heard that so much, and I just never know.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they mean. Yeah. Is and I guess for Ellen and Elton John. I'm sorry. I feel like I need to do this every time I say their name. I know, right? Do I do it reverse? Right? Yeah, no, but I mean, like, the biggest thing, like, live your truth for me is, like, be you.
Yeah.
To your truest self.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be you. Don't be something that
society tells you to be,
or
religion tells you to be, or
group you're around,
right. You know, if you feel
the person you like tells you to be.
Exactly.
Or, yeah.
It doesn't have to be LGBTQ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can be, you know, don't be who your borderline abusive, you know, boyfriend tells you to be.
Right.
Don't be who your parents tell you to be. You know, don't be you to your truest self. Yeah. Live your own truth.
And when I was in college, not to derail from the
when
I was in college, I was also part of a cult. But
whole other podcast.
Yeah, it was a whole other podcast. But I remember trying to live for how people around me. It was the person I was dating, and also part of the culture there, and I just had to act a certain way.
Yeah,
it just tore me up inside.
Yeah, you know? It doesn't feel good.
It doesn't, and so when I again moved out of that and was on my own and just trying to figure out who I was, I started just being timid. Man, that was like
you lived your truth.
It was free.
Yeah, it's freeing. It really is. It's. Like, I get, like, borderline emotional just even talking about it because, like, just being suppressed for so many years and being told who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to look like. This is who you are. And this is, you know, you're allowed to feel A, B, and C emotions, but not, you know, you're not allowed to feel these. Like, you're allowed to feel these emotions, but not these. And you're allowed to say these things, but not those. And, like, so much is just ingrained into you of what mold you're exactly supposed to fit.
Right.
Break free of that mold. Yeah. Like, fuck that mold, man. Yeah. Like, just be you. Like, figure out who you are and what makes your soul light on fire and live your truth.
I remember when I was like, also great words. Those are good.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I remember when I started to feel just like proud of who I was.
Yeah.
In a way. And I was like, this is who, inside it, I was like, this is a little timid, you know?
Yeah.
When I was a young kid, not caring about anything and just running around doing my thing.
Yeah.
You know, I felt the freest. And so I've lived like that now.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's awesome.
A little timid most of the time.
Little timid. Just a little guy.
Yeah, just a little guy. And so that's how I knew. I was like, man, this is someone that my younger self will be proud of.
Yeah.
You know, not because this is but he's like, I would like that guy, and I would hang out with that dude.
Yeah.
As a little one.
Exactly.
But that's me. Again, I don't know.
No, and for me, it's, you know, like, for me, honestly, you know, since my mom passed, it really is what I make her proud. My mom was a very caring, selfless, loving human. And, like, you know, is who I am. Would I make her proud? Would I make my dad proud? Would I make, you know, a stranger proud of who I am? Like, if they got to know me, am I someone that they would want to get to know? How can I add value to other humans' lives? I think is
important for you too.
Yeah, very important. Yeah.
Oh no, your mom would be proud. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that means a lot. Yeah.
But it sounds like she's what Alice has told me stuff too. She's
an
amazing woman.
She was absolutely amazing. It's another podcast.
That's another podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, Rachel,
Timon,
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is cool.
This is awesome.
Any shout outs or anything you want to plug? You could plug your Instagram, your social medias if you want. You don't have to.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You could say,
sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad. You got something like you want to plug, you're more than welcome to plug it. This is whatever you want.
What do you mean plug? I don't. Like, I'm not used to these hip terms.
Yeah. So
these hipster terms.
When I have someone on, they have like an Instagram where they post their art. I'll have them tell them what that Instagram is like.
Oh yeah. No, I have some photography on my Instagram. Yeah. LesbianRach.
LesbianRach, is that what it is?
No, legit.
All one word?
All one word.
Okay, no underscores or anything like that?
LesbianRach.
LesbianRach. Go follow LesbianRach on Instagram.
Hell yeah, guys.
Yeah, thank you for jumping on the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. It's been fun.
Yeah, this is legit.
So, all right.
Yeah. Peace.
Deuces. Live your truth.
Live your truth.